Hey friend, so I'm not as beautiful as normal today. I didn't get my beauty sleep last night, so you're just gonna have to look at me ugly. I stayed up late last night watching the lunar eclipse and the blood moon and all the shebang, and then got up early this morning. I had texts going off talking about seed potatoes this morning, and so I was like, well, might as well get up and clean the house up a little bit. But I'm thinking it's supposed to be beautiful today. It's supposed to be like mid-70s. And so I'm like, I'm going to go out in the yard and get some of the yard ready for spring. So I don't know how much I'll get done, but I'm going to do a little bit. If the sun's out there right now. Usually the sun don't come in here really well until late in the afternoon. And, well, by then I'll be tuckered. I'll be tuckered out. And so hopefully we'll get some sun in the front yard before then. So I'm going to go see what's happening out there. But first I wanted to show you guys, I had purchased a t-shirt at Walmart. I want to show you the difference in the size that I was talking about the other day, about how there's so much difference in the sizes than what they used to be. Let me show you. Okay, so I have a black one somewhere, but I can't find it. But anyhow, here I figured it would show up better, but here is one of the blue ones. Same shirt anyhow. It says no boundaries, and hopefully you can see that. 3X 54-56. Now I'm gonna try this on and show you. Okay, hopefully you can see. I wore this, I have like 5 of these shirts. These are my favorite shirts. I wore this last summer to stain the house in. This is with another shirt underneath it, obviously. It's like loose, flowy, probably mid-thigh. It's not snug on me anywhere. Just a nice shirt. 3X. Okay. So, this is the No Boundaries 3X. It's a regular shirt. Now this shirt I just bought at Walmart. It's no boundaries. It says in the shirt, no boundaries, oversized fit. Oversized. And then here's the little tag. Hopefully you can see it. 3X 54-56, same size, same brand t-shirt. Let me put this one on. Now look at this one. Ow, my knee, sorry. I look like I'm pregnant. I'm pregnated. This one is like snug here, and this one's supposed to be oversized and the other one is not. Now why? But I still thought that maybe I would keep it and just like cut a slit in the side, in the hip here. Maybe it would loosen it up right here, my stomach. But even the length, of course I still have a shirt on underneath it, but the length is about the same. It could be two because this one is a square hem and the other one is a rounder hem. So if I cut a slit in the hip, it might make it a little looser. But still it's tighter even in the bust. So I don't know. I don't understand it. Let me compare the fabrics. Okay, the one with the round hem that I've dyed blue says 100% cotton, made in Vietnam. And then this one says 100% cotton, made in Bangladesh. So I don't know, unless it's just, well, even in the bust it's tighter. Maybe the one that I've had is just wore out and stretched out. I don't know. But this one's supposed to be oversized, and that one doesn't say oversized. So I don't know. It's just weird. It just drives me nuts that they should be the same size. Especially when it says exactly the exact same thing inside. Other than this one says oversized. It's definitely not oversized. Even if it just said normal fit 3X, it should fit the same as this other one, but it doesn't. Frustrating. But it was only $8, so I may cut the hip and see how it goes. Okay, guys, I split the hem up to here on this side. And this one, maybe I didn't go as high. Let's see. Where's my split there? Yeah, I may need to raise this one a little bit. But yeah, it fits better, looser now. And I cut the neck out, but I do that in like most of my shirts. So yeah, I'm not afraid of a pair of scissors. If I don't like something, if it irritates me, I'll just lay the scissors to it. I do that in a lot of my clothes. And so that's not really the point of this video. And I guess I should have had the camera over here the whole time, but I didn't even think about that. It's better light over here. But anyhow, let's see if we can go outside, see how warm it is, and see if I can get any of the debris from the fall cleaned up. I'm not expecting to do a tremendous amount, but just get out in the sunshine for a little bit and soak up some vitamin D and maybe just get out of the house a little while and get ready for some planting in the next couple months. A lot of my flowers are perennials and will just come back on their own. But I do have a few places that I intend to plant some flowers, and I will have to work on my raised beds. It needs some work, and we plan on putting in a few more raised beds. So yeah, I'm excited about spring, and this warm weather has me thinking, you know, it's spring, let's get the garden in. But I know that unless I'm planting lettuce or cold weather crops, it's definitely not time for that. This is false spring. It's not time yet. This was my daddy's. He had this down at his barn, and probably, I'm gonna guess probably about 4 years ago, me and Michael brought it up here, and since it had so many holes in it, I decided to make a raised bed out of it, and we used like the hugelkultur method and filled it up. We put wire on the main bottom of it to keep critters out, and then we used logs and sticks and leaves and stuff to fill the bottom half. Filled the rest with compost, and then yeah, what did we black cow, and then we put like Miracle Grow on the main top. Y'all would not believe how long it took me to remember what was in here. I know it was sunflowers, the teddy bear sunflowers, the miniatures, as well as zinnias, the petite zinnias. I swear I could not remember what those things were called, and I was like, those are some of my favorites, and I could not remember the name of them. Okay, y'all, be real quiet. If the bird would shut up. Do you hear the frogs hollering? That was yesterday and today. I don't think I'm even going to need my little snips. I think these are just going to crack right off. Yep. Well, I thought I was going to have to sit down and do this, but I don't think I am. towel. That looks better. I'm gonna get a couple of these tomato cages and lay in here because I have a cat that's gonna say, oh, that looks like a perfect space to use as a litter box. And that's exactly what I don't want her to do. So we shall see if we can stop her from doing it momentarily until me and Michael can get my net brought out here and put over it. Because I usually, that's what these hoops are for, is I usually put a net out here. But I don't exactly know what we did with it or if we have to buy another one. Hopefully that'll keep her out of it for now. Here's my raised bed, and it's got a lot of tomato vines and things still on it from last year. We built this in 2019, I believe. And the front boards, the support beam has rotted. So one of the boards fell off and we're gonna have to replace that. And I'll show you a picture of what it looked like when we first built it. But we're gonna have to work on that. And then we're gonna put a small one right here probably, and maybe a small one on the opposite side. So we can have, like, this one is a 8x4, and I think we're gonna do maybe a 4x4 and a 4x4 over there. Or we're gonna at least try to have another one this size divided up probably, because I don't like that I can't reach the middle of this one without like straining. So probably 4x4 will be the next size. We do have the two big gardens at my mom's though that we can use, but it's just handier to have these here where that I can just get out in the yard and get them anytime. But I'm just going to try to take these tomato vine cucumber vines down off this trellis so that we can get in here and work on this the next day that Michael has a chance. And a lot of these are still clipped with the little plastic clips. And I'll show you what I'm talking about as soon as I can get some of them off. You just clip them like that around your vine and your trellis. Just put your vine and your trellis in there and just clip it. All right, y'all, I got a pocket full of clips. My alarm went off to tell me to take my meds. I figured I would resituate y'all and give you a better view. And don't worry, This is not a cat, wherever I'm pointing here, is not a cat litter box being used. That is just, it is a cat litter box, but it does not have cat litter in it. It actually has a cat bed in it for our outdoor cat. She will not come in the house. And I'm sorry if this is lopsided. She will not come in the house. And it has like one of them dome-shaped cat beds in it so that she's surrounded on all sides by material. But she gets back in it and lays in it inside that. But if you try to get her to come in the house, you might as well forget it. So at least that way, she has a wind block on 3 sides, and she'll actually get in there and lay down. She's crazy. But anyway, that's why that's there. Okay, back to the vines. I don't know if you guys can see or not, but this is netting. And so it makes it a lot harder to get the little twigs and stuff out of it. And I'm not getting in here and sticking my hands down in this ground. It's the most beautiful day. The sun's just now starting to come over the mountain over here into the yard. So I guess it's a good thing that the sun wasn't out really well yet, because I hope that's, I dropped my water. I hope that's just dirt, not who knows what on there. But because it's already getting kind of warm out here. But anyway, it's the most beautiful day. I'm so thankful for it. I don't want the bad weather, but it's coming. This weekend is supposed to be cold and rainy. Blitzy, come here. Come here, Blitz. Come here. Blitzy. Come here. Y'all look at Blitz. Hi, Blitz. Say, I won't come in the house. See, I'm an outside kitty. Yeah, see, I'm an outside kitty. She was a barn cat when we first got her. She was feral, very wild, but she's finally come around to where she'll let us hold her on her terms. It has to be her terms, though. If she don't want you to fool with her, she don't want you to fool with her. I don't know. I think she's done. She's like, I'm out of here. I think Coco scared her when she came up on her. They're friends. Like, they'll play with each other, but she won't let you hold her when Coco's around because I think she thinks Coco's going to aggravate her. When she's down and she's got an escape route, she'll let you. I mean, she'll play with Coco, but she won't let you sit and hold her. Coco's messing with her. But anyway, it's so beautiful outside. And after being cooped up all winter, you come outside, wind's blowing, and the sun's on your skin. It just feels so good. And I'm like, oh, I look up and the sky's blue. And when I said I look up, it reminds me, did you guys see the blood moon last night? Anyway, I know I told y'all I stayed up and watched it, but yeah, it was so pretty. And I'm just like, oh gosh, God is so wonderful. All the things that he created, so pretty. Especially right now, all my Easter lilies, not know if you can see them back here behind me. They're all in bloom. I guess my sister-in-law planted them before she passed. They was here when we moved here, and we've been here a lot of years. But anyway, oh, I should be working. I've got a lot of stems and stuff to cut down. I still got more out there toward the garden, but I think I'm going to work on the flowers over here now. I've got a lot of black-eyed Susans stems to cut down. Have y'all got black-eyed Susans in your yard? They're so beautiful, and they come back every year, and they spread everywhere. If you don't want something that spreads, you don't want a black-eyed Susan, but they are in Kentucky. They are a native plant, them and the purple coneflowers. So I have both of those in my yard because I like to feed the pollinators. And I don't care if they spread everywhere. I want them everywhere. They're just so pretty. And I'll have to post some pictures of them. There's a cardinal in the tree right there. Oh, nope, y'all can't see it on the camera. It just flew away. It comes over here, tries to steal the cat's feed. They think it's bird feed, but it's cat food. So I had to feed the cat at very strategic times so the birds can't steal all their food, because they get up on the porch and make a mess all over everywhere. I guess it's where we're up here in the woods and there's not a lot of people around feeding them. They think that this is like the place to be, and all the birds flock, and then they just come in and have their way with the porch. But anyhow, the breeze. Let me get a drink of water. Oh, and I had my son bring me out some gloves. But anyway, what I was saying about the grass over there in the raised bed is it's not really grass. It's like I don't know, something that's come up. The first 3 years we had the raised bed, we never even had a weed come up in there. Just whatever we planted, we didn't have to worry about weeding at all. But the last couple years, we've had quite a few weeds, and we have to, even when we plant and stuff, we have to make sure it's weeded and covered with like a mulcher or something, because you'll have to weed it like you would a regular garden. And I don't know if it's where like we've cut grass and grass seeds have flown in there, or if it's where birds have went over and dropped stuff in there. Who knows what it is, but for some reason it has started growing grass, or some bag of something we have bought and put in there as it has compressed and we've refilled over the years. Something had seeds in it of some kind. It wasn't fully composted or something. But anyhow, now there's greenery in there. But I was not about to stick my hand down in it, because now, well, used to I would have, just stuck my hand right down in there and not thought anything about it, because we had the netting over that, and I really don't think a big snake could get through that netting. And then the bottom, we have wire mesh, and the sides was all boarded up. Nothing could have got through there. But now the sides, one of the sides has rotted and needs replaced, so something could have went right in the side, and the netting's not on properly, and it's just a mess. And I'm not sticking my hand down in there without taking a hoe and digging the grass up to make sure that I'm not sticking my hand down into a copperhead's nest or something. And it's just about the time for them to, start roaming, because, it's not hard winter now. And so I know some people even seen snakes during the colder. Well, there was a bird on the porch there. Has it got a nest in my gourd? I have gourds hanging on the porch, and some of them have Michael drilled holes in some of them for like birdhouses. I think there's a nest maybe in that one gourd over there. I think that bird just flew right out of it. I don't know what I was even talking about now. All right. Anyway, let's get back to work. Get my gloves. Gosh. I didn't bring a tool for this. There's a gigantic wad of grass in here. There we go. Somehow a piece of plastic. So I think the only two other ones I'm going to tackle today is these right here. The one over here, right beside the steps, it did nothing last year except grow twigs. And so I don't care what happens to that. I really am just going to try to pull that up by the roots. And then over here, the big bush, that is a twist and shout hydrangea. And the last few years it had done nothing. And so last year I literally cut it back to the stubs, and then it done beautiful this past summer. So I don't know if cutting it back really did help it or what. So I'm thinking I'm just going to cut it completely back, see what happens this year. It didn't kill it last year. So we'll see. I mean, I've had this thing for probably 15 years. I don't think it's going to kill it out. So I'm just going to cut it back and we'll just see what happens. If it kills it, I'll plant something else. Let's get them trimmed. And then after that, I'm going to call it quits. My back's starting to hurt. I have a bad back where I have scoliosis. And so after I do this, I'm just going to call it quits. These right here are the ones that was just twigs. And I hope that I can just, gosh, what a root system. Seriously, look at this. This was literally just twigs. There was nothing. Look at the roots. I did not think that was going to be that big. Woo. Okay. Some of these do look like they have blooms. It's like they look like they have some life on them. So I'm going to leave those. Not mess with those that look like they have some signs of life. Some of them look better than a doornail. Alright. It shall be what it shall be. Okay, some of those had signs of life, which shocked me. Because usually they don't until way later than this. This weather has screwed up everything. And then some of them were just completely deader than a doornail and just were, I could have broke them off with my hand. So, that wind's going to knock y'all over. Oh, and look at my Easter lilies or daffodils, whatever you want to call them. Oh, they're so pretty. So I just got the ones that looked dead and left the rest, and we shall see what it will be. That wind is wild. Okay, guys, I guess that's it for today. Michael's gonna come home and see all this in the yard and be like, girl, what have you been into? But I'll have to get him to get out the wheelbarrow, because the way that he's got it put up, I cannot access it. But I'll pick all this up and take it and dump it once he gets the wheelbarrow out for me. Or barrow is how y'all probably say it, but I say barrel. And I will take it and dump it over the hill. And I guess we'll leave the rest for maybe later this evening or another sunshiny day. Depends on how I'm feeling after I rest a little bit, since I didn't have much sleep last night. I'm a little bit sleepy. My back's hurting a little bit. Hope you guys are having a great day, and I hope you got outside and enjoyed this weather a little bit. I guess it's time to scoop, little Newt. Have a good one.